Hello, people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Time check is 3 a.m. on the dot. Okay, and it's pretty late night. Um, Pretty hot and warm, humid weather. Very sickening. It's like sticky situation. You sweat a lot moment you go out of the room, and not really ideal weather for wearing fragrances. But I manage somehow. I do like my fragrance a lot, so I do always put scent of the day, scent of the night, and even now I'm trying to be active on Instagram. So this video, let me tell you what this is going to be about. I'm going to talk about life, okay, once again. And there's a particular incident that took place yesterday, which reminded me, after a long time, how precious life is. So I want to talk about life and the value of it, and how uncertain life can be sometimes. So if you are into fragrance related content, you can skip it. But as I was saying today, I'm also accompanied by my trusted tea, which is with honey, milk, tea. Simple, like you can get those sachets and we can just mix it. It's like 3 in 1. I usually try to not have so much what do you call caffeine. So like coffee is just once or twice, but the tea works also fine. So yeah, those are necessary information. You don't need to know. But yeah, I enjoy my fragrances every day. I try to be positive. This gives me happiness. I try to be always. I'm a very much like self built man in a way, because I try to see what I like, what inspires me, and what I need to do, priorities. I try to be organized, right? So in the meantime, I do these extra videos for a reason. I feel now I'm 44. I am at 44 right now, and I'm old, and I'm getting only older from here. I'm not getting any younger. So definitely some wisdom hits you. Some incident happen and it leaves you with scars. Sometimes it leaves you with regret. Sometimes leaves you with lessons. Okay, so I like to share with you what happens in my life. Try to give you like as much as possible some highlights. So at this current moment, I want to talk about how uncertain life is. So if you do not know by now, yesterday there's this tragedy happened in India, Ahmedabad, with this Air India, which was bound UK bound, right, with 250 odd crew and passengers. And then it claimed life, of so many innocent people who didn't have any clue what was going to happen, what was in their fate. And also, sad thing is, people who are on that flight and the people where this thing happened, it took place, the final impact, there were a lot of students. It was a hostel of medical students, and people lost lives there as well. So it is a very, very sad, dark day after a long time. Like I always thought like flying was scary. Okay, I wouldn't say I was a frequent flyer. I used to live in Malaysia, so we used to come to Bangladesh and sometimes some of the countries we travel to. Every time I flew, at first I was not very scared. The first flight in my life, I was not very scared, except my ears got blocked because the air pressure and all that. But apart from that, I never really was scared of flying. But then the Malaysian incidents happens, like Malaysia, the Air Asia, Malaysian Airlines, those planes, and then Bangladesh. After I came to Bangladesh, there was one of the flights to Nepal, which had met the same fate. And it was like so scary, because to see how close you are, like the movie Final Destination, right? That if you know those movie, the chain, right? So, or whatever you call that, movies, serials, or saga. I'm a big fan of Final Destination movies. I remember the first one I watched when I was in university, and I watched at night. I used to really, really get freaked out by those movies, right? So seeing it in real life, and you see like within seconds, I've seen literally like some videos afterwards. It appeared some British citizens. They were at the airport. They were doing TikTok videos, and they just were smiling, happy souls. They're homebound, and then next within half an hour, they were no more. And there was this family, there was this particular incident it really made me cry. I cried when I looked at it. I cried because there's this guy who had his family, 3 children, beautiful children, 3 or 4 beautiful girls, and then their mother, like his wife, who was a scientist or a doctor. I don't remember at this point, but they worked so hard to move to UK and start their life, and everything was set. They were just going to go there and start their new life, and they're all gone. Okay, and there's nothing you can do about this or bring them back or anything. Like we are just observing. It was not our relatives or our people. These are Indians, foreigners, even I don't know what are the nationalities there. But I feel they were my people, they're my family every time I see these news. Because I guess when I used to fly, and I saw some turbulence, I got scared. Once it happened in Dubai, we had one connecting flight from KL, Kuala Lumpur to Dubai, Dubai to, I think, Manchester or Manchester, yeah. And one point in near Dubai airport, I didn't know this at that time, but later I got to know. Like when it reached Dubai airport, I could see the lights, but it was not landing the plane. It was going in circles, and you could hear some sounds of the from the bottom, like the wheels are going down and up. So I thought like we had some mechanical failure, and it was just going around for about 35 minutes. It was a scary experience. I thought they had some malfunction, and they're like, sit tight, hang in there. We're gonna be landing soon. So I started sweating. That the cold sweat that you feel. I'm like, that's it. I didn't know what to do because my family was with me and everything. And actually, it was like what it was. It was a funny thing. Like people see in general, flying is the most safest mode of transportation. But seeing all the news, I don't believe that, right? Because it's always uncertain for me. But what it was Dubai airport is always so busy that plane take off and land. So they need slot to land. So they were taking circles because they wanted that serial, right? So I thought we were gonna go down. So that feeling I felt inside, the fear. Once you feel the fear, you are traumatized by it, and it scar you for life. And moment you see the other news, like what happened to Malaysian Airlines, the Air Asia, some of the other ones worldwide, and like there's just like you're stuck in a box. You're stuck in this whole flight, and it's airtight. It's not like a bus or train or car that you can have any chances to escape. If you escape from this is miracle. Like one of the guys, miracle, he escaped. He survived that tragedy in this Ahmedabad incident. And he was sitting near the emergency exit or something, so he jumped out or something. It was God who saved him. And then I saw another news, like this girl who missed her flight because she was delayed on the road and she couldn't go. And she said, after seeing the news, that God gave me a second chance in life. Okay, I'm sharing this. It can be a little bit disturbing for you, can be upsetting for you. I understand that. Those who have gone through maybe this kind of tragedies, I'm really deeply sorry. My intention is not to hurt you. My intention is to tell you that we spend so much time in this world doing so many nonsense stuff. Okay, and I say nonsense because literally we spend time in hurting people, lying to people, deceive people, making them fools, sometimes hurt them, sometimes we ignore people. We do a lot of things which are not good, which are not human. We treat some of our loved ones like so badly sometimes. And it is also like, sometimes, I feel that way, that, some of our close ones hurt us so bad. We sometimes feel inside they hurt us so much more than the enemies itself, that we are soul dead. We are alive, but we feel nothing. Some of you feel like that, right? Like people done this to you, they abandoned you, they left you, they did something that you didn't see coming, right? So this kind of incidents, just tells me one thing: the value of life, value for, like sometimes, I was thinking like what would be going through these people's mind. The Nepal incidents. One was from Bangladesh, other one was the Indian Airlines or something that was going to Nepal or Nepal Airlines. And then one guy actually live streamed it for a while until they went down. So there was the Indian guy or Nepali guy worker. So what was going through their minds last second? Who they wanted, what they perhaps they had a flashback of memories of their loved ones, family, children, father, mother, wife, right? And they so wish that they could say one last bye to them, right? And I'm not trying to make it sound like a tragic, like a dilemma or a movie scenario, but I want you to imagine, feel this, okay? You might feel like, oh, those are those people that was in a fate. You get very easy to forget, like this is supposed to happen, it happens. Some people I even see are so cruel. They are making memes. They're saying, they're hitting haha react. And I have nothing to say when I see what happened to the world, some of the people, how useless they are, how their whole life is such a failure. If you don't have empathy, you just think of like race, you think of religion, you think of like, oh, that was supposed to happen, that was like a fate, that is like a revenge. I absolutely think they are disgrace to humankind. Whatever nation you're from, whatever, if you don't have empathy in tragedy, like whatever country, you might say like, oh, you guys do this to this country, so this good that is happened to you. I never ever would do that in my life. I never generalize. Okay. Sometimes I do get angry on certain countries. They do attack some of the other countries, but when something tragedy happens, I have nothing but sympathy for them. I feel nothing but pain, because these people could be me. These people could be one of my family members. Okay. So those who fly, they're all connected in that way. Like imagine they're all in one plane, right? One flight, and they were all going to one destination. So they had some things in common. They had different family backgrounds, religious backgrounds, culture. Maybe some of them are rich, some of them are, this family that I was telling about, new beginning they were going to do. So many stories going down with one tragedy. And this is all in fate. God decides it. I know some of you say that we don't believe in God. Where is God? Blah, blah. I don't bash you. I am an open minded person. Okay. Let's say whatever I feel, I don't want to impose it on you. You don't have to feel what I feel. Your God could be different than my God. Your Islam make perspective may be different from my teachings. Okay. I feel the religion teaches you something good. It makes you human from animal. Okay. It gives you values, even if it's Christianity, Hinduism, Judaism, Buddhism, Islam, whatever. But if your religion teaches you something like you have to differentiate between this and that, then there's no point of being calling yourself certain religious people. You don't have humanity. What religion? Okay. But my teachings, teaches me that we don't have, how to say, appreciation for the gift of life. Okay. Like when we're alive, we spend a lot of our time doing nothing. We hang out with people who are not important. We stay away from our families, our real friends who really, are keen to meet us, spend some time, talk to us. And these are the things. We are not going to be here always. We're going to be gone someday, right? And this is fate. But I feel in this world, what is precious is the true love of people who care for us. It may be our relative, friend, well wisher, whatever. And we do not see it. We spend so much time in what we did not have, did not get, and we spend so much time in little sadness. Man, my business is so bad. Man, I did not get sales. Man, I did not get that girl. I am heartbroken. I'm this. And then maybe some people say I did not get my dream car, yet they're driving a car. I've seen this video of real recent times. One guy goes like, she was with me, those videos, like his girlfriend sitting next to him, and then, hey, what's up, babe? He goes that, and then he's driving a Honda something, Civic or something. He's like, when I was broke, she was with me. And then next video or next part is he's sitting in a Range Rover or Jaguar, and he's like, now that I am rich, I take care of her. I give her this. Man, if you have a Honda Civic, you are not broke. Maybe in USA it looks like UK, looks like poor people's car. I would do anything to own a Honda Civic right now, because it's a great car. Just giving an example, right? So this little appreciation, what you have. If you have a bike, you think, oh, that guy has a motorbike. Well, motorbike guy thinks he has a car. The car guy thinks, the Toyota Camry guy, he thinks, oh man, that next guy has a Mercedes. Mercedes guy thinks, oh, he has a chartered flight of his own. Charter guy thinks, hey, he has a cruise ship. So this is how we are not grateful for our, Lord. So that I believe in God. Okay, I believe in God for all goodness, all the absolute power. He's the one who decides what happens. We do not know what is the reasoning. Why you did not get this? Why you didn't deserve it? Why you didn't get what we deserved? We were good. Why didn't we get it? You cannot tell, bro. You have only one option to accept and embrace life. You control nothing. This is what I'm trying to say. That this is not a motivational talk. Just the way I feel. Many of us, we do not want to accept reality. And sometimes I am in that, because I'm only human. Sometimes I went through pain. Obviously, I shared with you, I did many videos of my heartbreak. I keep working, but did happen. It hurt me. I'm human only. Sometimes we think some things don't hurt as much as we think they would, but they do. It's very unpredictable. Sometimes we can think we just can have a laugh about it. We can have a smoke and we can move on in life. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes, things are a bit more complicated. Life is complicated itself. So we also make it double complicated. What we do is we try to have control. And I feel these are the people who have the most, how do I put this? These are the people who do not understand, get life, they are too immature. They try to control life. They want to control people, surroundings, their office politics, relationships, whatever, the boss. and then the boss of the country, who are the president and all, they think they can control everything, they can control their fate, they can decide how long they want to be in power and all, they want to be looting people, our ex-government. They thought they are here forever, but it didn't happen. It took long time, but they were kicked out. So injustice, wrongdoings, when you do this to people, and the people who suffers, the victim, their pain, there's always a karma that comes back, right? So I'm not saying that you're doing anything wrong, like maybe you don't realize it. Okay, sorry. Yeah, the tea. Sorry about that. We have to submit ourselves to God. I'm not telling you to go and pray like other religious people, but excuse me, pardon me. Okay, but I'm telling you, submit is in this way. There, if you believe there's an absolute power up there, even if you don't agree, just listen. I'm not coming and destroying or attacking your belief that you feel world is material state, came from Big Bang theory. It's, I respect your feelings. Okay, so this is about mutual respect, but I feel this way, and don't come attack me for this belief. I believe we came from the ultimate power. Whatever our birth, marriage, job, our last destination, everything is decided by fate. We cannot control any of it. We have no control absolutely. What we can do is whatever is given to us, we have to realize this was for the best. Sometimes you might feel like, oh, how is it for the best if we had a tragedy? You don't know. Okay, sometimes tragedies also teach us, right? So from this incident, what I'm thinking is we have to thank our lords every day, like whatever is our God or religion. Let's say you're Christian, you believe in your Christianity, you believe in Jesus, right? Whatever you feel, say thank God for your family to be still there. Say thanks for you to be still here, because life is so uncertain. It could be you in that seat, right? So when you're here, make best use of life. Do some good things. If you keep doing bad things and you just like, hey, it's okay, nothing touches me, I'm gonna live forever, 100 years, I can repent in the last 20, 10 years. Not gonna happen. You don't know what is your last 10 years. You may not have 10 years. Okay, so this is the whole thing I wanted to discuss. I don't know if I could like send the message or the message reaches you, but be grateful for everything you have in life. Okay, cherish the gift of life. Okay, it is so close. We do not know, we are this close to the next world. We don't know what's awaiting us there, right? But as long as you're here, do good stuff. Do not harm people. Do not hurt people. Take time. Make time for people who miss you. They want to see you. They think you're important. They pray for you every day. Well wishers. Okay. Don't be so selfish. Okay. And if you got a second chance in life, let's say you came back from so close, those near those experiences, try to make a change. Let's say you're a reckless person. You drove, drink and drive, right? Don't do that again, because your life is important, so is others, so are the animals, stray animals, little kids, people on bike, on foot. One small mistake, because you think you are a good driver, bro, like let's say you feel you are the like F1 great driver. Okay, like let's say you are that best driver, you are perfect, you have excellent control, excellent car, but if tragedy is supposed to happen, it will happen. One thing happened 2 days back in our country, like during the Eid holidays. One kid, about 20 years old, he was driving a Civic, rich dad's spoiled son, typical, and he was overspeeding and hit a bike, and then the bike also had a kid, and immediately on spot. And what happened was he was apprehended by people, and then he was beaten up, but he had no regret. Maybe he was he was under influence of something, but the life that was lost because of his stupidity, recklessness, lack of experience, and the father gave him a car that young. He has no responsibility, because driving is not about skills only, right? When you drive, you have to look at the mirror, rear view mirror, side mirror. I know many people, they don't ever look. They just take a sharp turn and then they had an accident, they hit someone, because sometimes things are in blind spot. So you are always at risk, always be careful on the road. So these little things, but by the time it's too late, one life is gone and your life is spoiled if you actually get captured, right? So these are the things, like have fun, be smart. A lot of kids nowadays, Gen Z, I'm telling you, I see you are very arrogant, because maybe your parents didn't give you discipline, or they're not strict, so you got easy growing up, like they worked hard for their career and then they spent a lot on you, right? You got all the money, iPhone, car, everything, without asking. You got the best education, you get to travel, you get all the expensive things, right? but learn to respect others, learn to respect life, learn to respect and coexist, how to coexist with other people. World belongs to everybody equally. Okay, everybody is here, right? So I don't know, man, what I'm trying to say in general. Maybe I don't have a topic, but seeing these incidents, just this is big, like a emptiness or a hole, like a sinkhole or something that happens, that all those faces, when you see, they were just like there even 2 hours back, and suddenly they are not there. And they sometimes, some of them are young, they had so much prospect, they had so much money, they had so much career ahead of them. They could be a doctor, they could be a police, they could be a lot of things, right? And these are people, they could serve the community well, they could give so much to the society. So maybe, again, as I said, maybe the only best way I can say is, those people who lose their family members, turn to God and ask for strength and pray for their departed souls, which I also do. But uh, you know appreciate life everywhere you go, okay, and be thankful for everything you have, and don't be upset with little events. I was very upset, about my situation, like why I'm struggling to adjust to my, single life. But now, what I feel, I have a purpose. As long as I'm here, maybe I'm supposed to help someone, maybe I'm supposed to excel in my career which I work so hard for, which I'm going to do. I'm going to try to take myself and make myself successful, maybe find a career and all that. But do what you always wanted to do. Do not delay. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for next year. I'm going to do this, get it done, right? Life is very uncertain, right? So that's what I wanted to say. And be thankful to God for gift of life, for your own life and your family and loved ones, and keep everybody in prayers. And one thing, if possible, if you're that kind of a person who put this like or haha react in this kind of news, try to change yourself. You might think like this thing is a joke. It's not a joke. Unless you're affected, you'll never ever understand how much it hurts. Okay. So yeah, my prayers and heart goes out to all the deceased ones. And I pray, I know it's not possible, I just really pray in future, maybe people become a little bit more, like cautious, and don't think of business first, don't keep old planes. I don't know what was the reason, but I just really feel that companies take precaution proper, because people pay a lot of money for their, you know flying, and they expect you to take care of them. So I hope they do this and ensure as much as possible safety, and never ever this kind of tragedies happen again. Okay, so take care, guys. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. And hopefully this video will make sense. Okay, and love your family and love your life. Take care. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh.